Hey guys, this is Jim McCord. I am a realtor. I've been a realtor, full-time realtor since 1993. I happen to be with Keller Williams. I've been with Keller Williams for the last 8 years. I'm still an active or licensed realtor, but I'm no longer active. I started using MailboxPower, what's called Banner Season, about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago now, close to 3 years ago. And I used a similar company to that earlier, which I won't mention the name, but they could not do all the customization of products that we can do. So I switched to MailboxPower as soon as I found that, and I can say what you see on the screen here without question. It is definitely the best marketing I've done in 27 years. And that is not an exaggeration. I think if you stay for this whole presentation, which will be 15, 20 minutes, 25 at the most, depending how many questions we have, you'll probably agree. And I like to throw this out there, and I don't throw it out in many of these sessions, but I will throw it out in this one. If anybody has a marketing product or service that you've used that you feel is better than this, contact me afterwards because I want to know about it. I'm serious. That's how good this stuff is. So I'm going to share with you today how realtors can use MailboxPower to prospect for listings. How to use, we have a feature called Build a Mailing List, which you'll understand by the end of this. It's just so powerful for real estate agents, and how realtors can use MailboxPower to thank your clients and get more repeat and referral business. Those are the things we'll be going over today. And I mentioned earlier that I'm still licensed and I no longer sell. What I do is I coach realtors now, and I love doing that. But I am convinced that realtors, no matter what part of the country you're in, no matter what company you work for, who your broker is, you need to be different. There's so many realtors. There's between 1.5 million and 2 million realtors in the country. And no matter what market you're in, it's probably flooded with realtors. So to differentiate yourself is very, very important. I like to share this slide. This is the typical information that most realtors, including me, send out or drop off or mail out prior to me joining this company. It's all information. It's quality stuff, but it's information about the realtor or their broker, and that's all it is. And it's all pretty much the same stuff, just the realtor's name is changed or the broker's name is changed or the logo is changed. And with MailboxPower, you generate either cards or gifts, as you'll see in the presentation here, but you customize these gifts the way that you want. And you can customize them towards your company if you like. And there's a lot of people who join the company and do that, and that works. But what I found to be most powerful, like when you're prospecting for sale by owners or expires to get a listing appointment, rather than make that card or any products I send them about me and my company, I put the photo of their house on there. And that's what this slide shows. This actually shows the card on the right, and it shows a coffee mug and then a couple of brownies. And when I suggest that you send all 3 of these when you're prospecting, actually, I will suggest that. Very few people would do it. But if you did that, you wouldn't believe the result you would get. But what most realtors do, and what I did myself early on, was just send the card, what you see on the right. A custom greeting card with a photo of their house on the front, and on the inside are 2 panels, and that's where I put my information, or you as a realtor put your information. And that works because people are used to getting company information from realtors about the company, but when they get an envelope and they open it up and they see their house on the front of the envelope, like you see there, that's powerful. They're going to open that card wondering who sent that to them. And then if you include a mug or brownies like you see in this, it makes it even more powerful because it comes in a box. So you've got so many options. With MailboxPower, you do customize the card. You also have the option of customizing the envelope. And that's what you see on this screen. The card is on the right. The envelope is on the left. Photo of the house is on the front of the card and the envelope. And I share this as opposed to what I showed on the previous one, just to show you that with these cards and with the products that you customize, you can drop a photo on there and you can make the photo the entire card or the entire mug, like you see on that screen. Or you can shrink that photo down. You can put a border around it. You can put wording underneath it or on top of the photo or above the photo. And you can do the same with the envelope. Customize that any way you want. But it's so, so powerful for a realtor to send cards like this, as opposed to cards with company information like everybody else is sending out. This was it was $1.5 million, $2 million expired listing that we got, and it had expired, and I sent them this coffee mug. It actually had two photos. You see this photo, and on the flip side of the mug was another photo, a different photo of that same house. And then this was the card and the wording. Obviously, your listing is expired, because it was. Are you still interested in selling? And they flipped that open, and on the inside is my offer to them. Now, those were all 5x7 cards. On this screen, you'll see what the company calls a gigagram, and it's 8.5 by 11 card. Card is on the right, and on this particular card, I just dropped a photo in, and I do that quite often when I send the especially the 8.5 by 11 gigagrams. I usually don't put writing on it, because so many people end up keeping that card, and a lot of them frame it. So you do have the option of putting wording on top of the photos, but I like just with the gigagrams, just sending the photo. And then I use that same photo of that same property on the envelope. And that's just so powerful for a homeowner to receive an envelope like that. They go out to the mail and they're fingering through their mail on the way back to the house, and they see an envelope with their house on the envelope. Crazy powerful. So they open that up, and the same is on the card. Now, I use this, and I coach using MailboxPower for closing gifts. And over the 27 years that I've sold real estate full time, I've tried just about everything: door knockers, champagne bottles, fruit baskets, all kind of gift baskets, cards, gift cards, you name it. But with MailboxPower, you can customize the gifts that you give to your client. And what I like to do, you can either send these products or these gifts to your client directly, or you can send them to yourself. And for a closing gift, I like to send it to myself. So one of the items that we have that we can customize is a box, a gift box. And I love to put the photo of the house that they purchased from me on the lid of that box, which you see right here. This is a house that I sold about 2.5 years ago. And then on the inside were these gifts. This is one coffee mug. It shows both sides of that mug. That was an aerial photo of that house that the people had bought from me. It was our listing and our buyer. And this is a different mug, same house, just a different angle and a little brighter photo, but they got those two coffee mugs, both with photos of their home. They got 4 brownies, and on the brownies, you can see I put wording: "Thanks for working with me to purchase your awesome new home," in my signature. And they also got a $25 Home Depot gift card. I could have made that 50 or $100, whatever denomination you choose. But there's a lot of gift cards in the gifting selection. But for closing gifts, I don't think there is a better gift card than a Home Depot gift card. And then also was this postcard I put on here with an aerial photo of their house: "Thanks for working with me," and my message on the other side of the postcard. So on this screen, you'll see all the gifts on the left, and then on the right, what I paid for them. Now, I am a pro package customer, so my rates are about 25% off, which is what you see on the screen. So a mug is $10.99. If you join as a light customer, not pro package, the mugs are $14.99, and the boxes are $6 something. So, I mean, to be able to send those customized gifts, including postage, which is $17.49, everything gets sent from the company, and they always send boxes. All the cards go first class, and the boxes all go priority mail through United States Postal Service. So for all those customized gifts, $77, that is a fantastic thank you gift for a client, because they're all customized to the client. I'd like to share a story about Cindy. Cindy Shetterly is the #1 agent in our market, the Northern Kentucky market. She happens to be a Keller Williams agent also. She's been a realtor for about 15 years. And she is my biggest customer as far as MailboxPower goes. She uses more MailboxPower products than anybody who uses the system below me. As the top agent, she sends every client that she has ever worked with in all 15 years a birthday card. And she includes 2 brownies every year. Now, I won't go into this into detail now, but just understand that she doesn't have to get on there every year, because she has thousands of clients. So she's not getting on there every day and finding out who has birthdays and sending them a card with 2 brownies. The company has something called campaigns, and you are given 4 campaigns. One of those is a birthday campaign when you join the company. And you can customize that card, you can make a change, but that's a birthday campaign. Now, when you add anybody to that birthday campaign, you put their name, their address, and their birthday. And 7 days before their birthday, when you add them to that campaign, every year, the company is going to print that card that you have saved. And they're going to include gifts if you include gifts. If not, it'll be just the card. And every year, everybody that Cindy has ever worked with gets a birthday card from her, and they also get 2 brownies. Now, that is a great reminder. She does other things for her past clients, but that's just one of the things that she does. And it's all automated through the campaign system. I love to show this slide. I've talked earlier about when you design either a card or a product, that you have total design. And the reason I like to show this is the first couple months when I joined, I thought we could just drop a photo on and send it. And that's what I did. And then when I found out that we could put multiple photos on it, we could put wording on it, we could put frames and backgrounds and everything, then I started sending, better products. And that's why I like to show this slide. This is just some of the mugs that I've sent. And, you can drop a photo on there and make it the entire mug like you see in the middle. My daughter and me at Potato Chip Rock out there in California, or the lower left-hand corner, that's a house a client bought for me. And I put one photo on there and made it the entire mug. Or you can put multiple photos on, you can do borders, you can do backgrounds, and you can do wording. So whether it's a card, a greeting card, a postcard, a coffee mug, brownies, candy, whatever you send, whatever you customize, you have total control over what you do. I'm going to share, we have something as a pro package member, you have the option of using something called build a mailing list. And it is just so powerful. And there's so many ways you can use it. I added a couple ways on this presentation today, which you'll see. But this is one way that I coach agents to use it. And a lot of agents, even that I don't coach, use this build a mailing list to pick up renters. And this is the example that I used. You select the mailing list. And for the purposes of this presentation, I selected renters only with a credit score of 650 or higher in one particular zip code, which you'll see in a minute. And as a pro package member, you send these out unlimited, free. Any 4x6 postcards go out free where you pay postage only. They do go out first class. They're pre-sort first class, but it is first class. And first class postage is 37 cents on a 4x6 postcard. So this is the example. And I have first name on there because, I'm sending out hundreds of these, so I don't have to individually customize these. It's going to draw their first name out from the list in my address book. So this is the example of sending out cards to renters currently in such a great market. And this is the back of the card. And then again, you'll see first name in brackets that'll bring their first name. If I wanted to put last name, I could put last name in there on front or back, and it would drop that in also. And then obviously it is going to have their first name and last name in the address area. But to send out these postcards, to build a mailing list, you go to your MailboxPower as a pro package customer, go to your address book, and then you click on build a mailing list. And that brings this screen up. And you're going to select either individuals or businesses, and then you can target it down from there by geography and by demography. And I'll share what I did in this example, and I have a couple other examples right after this. I did renters only. We'll go from the bottom up on this screen. I selected renters only in one zip code, 41071, with a credit rating of 650 or higher and an income of 30,000 or more. So it told me that there were 305 people who matched those parameters. And I put 305 in here, number I want. And it told me it would cost $28.82 to purchase those names and addresses. And then when I did that, it drops them into my address book in a separate group. So I attached that group to that card that I showed you. And the next day, 305 postcards go out, and they're all customized towards each individual name in that group. It's very powerful. The total cost to buy that was $28.82. And then the cost to print and mail, it's 37 cents a piece, because again, there's no charge. If you're a pro package customer, you can send unlimited 4x6 postcards where you pay postage only. So 305 times 37, it's $112.85. So that first mailing cost me only $141.67. Now I have that list, so I can mail to those same people once a month, once a quarter, whatever I want. And I'm not gonna have to buy the list again, obviously. So from that first mailing on, it's only gonna be a total of $112 to continue to mail to those people. That's one way that you can use the build a mailing list. I'll share a couple more in just a minute. And I do want to share, there's so many things about MailboxPower that you'll love, but one of them is a design studio. We have a design store, and there's a lot of real estate cards that people have pre-created in there that you can buy, and you don't pay these per card. You pay a license fee to use that design. So like the one that I created for this example was in there, and you can buy that design for $1.99. And once you buy that, then that card is in there. In your card selection, you can make changes to it, but you never pay for it again. You pay for it to mail it, but you don't pay to purchase the card. So just understand that there's a lot of real estate cards that you can go in. If you're not one who likes to design your own, you can look through and buy the right to use someone else's design, and then you can make changes to it if you would like to. Now I'm going to go back to the build a mailing list. This was an example of, because I did a lot of high-end listings my last 6 years, a lot of high-end listings and high-end buyers. And I use this example for, on a listing presentation, if I had like a $800,000 or higher home, I could put their address in, and I used an address down here at the bottom on the lower right. You'll see the parameters that I used to buy this mailing list. 2 miles around that address, an income of $150,000 or more, with homeowners who were in their home 5 years or longer, because people 5 years or less are probably not going to move. Homeowners only with a credit rating of 750 or more. So when I put those parameters in there within 2 miles of that address, it showed me that there were 988 homeowners who met those parameters. So I'm on a listing presentation, and I can say to that seller before they decide who they're going to list with, hey, I would like to show you just one of the things that I will do for you once you list with me. And I can show them that I'm going to select a list, and I'm going to create a card just for their home only, photo of their home, an aerial photo of their home, and I'm going to send that to these 988 people that fit these parameters, on top of all the other marketing I'm going to do. And that is incredibly powerful, because no other realtor does stuff like this. They just don't. And that sounds like it's a very expensive thing. Now, that the seller doesn't realize that I can do this for 37 cents each. So it's going to cost me about $300, $400, including purchasing the list, about $400 to mail those cards out. And I get listings because of that, because no other realtor is doing stuff like that. So $400 may sound like a lot of money, but for an $800,000 listing that I'm going to make $24,000 on when it sells, that's nothing. You're going to get more listings because you offer this, if you offer this. So that's just one other way to use the build a mailing list. And then here's one that I did for kind of a lower end home. If you're on a listing appointment, and I picked another address, and I used, these are the parameters on the right-hand side there. Individuals with a credit rating of 750 or higher. And for this particular example, I did homeowners and renters, because either one, there's renters that may purchase, and there's also homeowners. And I did length of residence 1 year plus, just for something different. And I did 3 miles around that address. So going on a listing appointment for 3907 Glen, when I show them that I can send a postcard geared with their house only, an aerial photo on the front of their house, and it's going to go to these 270 people that live within 3 miles of their house, who all have a credit score of 750 or more, who made 50,000 or more, they're blown away. And I can do that for $25 plus 37 cents for each postcard. So about 140 bucks I can do that for, which is, I mean, it's very, very powerful stuff. So many other ways, but I just wanted to share a couple ways to use that build a mailing list. I did write a book. It's in there. It's actually on Amazon, but you don't want to buy the book from Amazon. That's the first version where I was using a previous marketing company. This book with the green cover, the revised book, is in the MailboxPower on the site there in the gifting selection. You can get it there. And MailboxPower, if we have people on here, I believe we do, who are currently not using MailboxPower, you do need an invitation code. You go to mailboxpower.com, contact the person who sent you either this video or sent you to this presentation to get their code. And there's two ways of joining. You can join as a light customer, or you can join as a pro package customer. And I highly advise the pro package customer because you have so many options. One of them is the feature of build a mailing list. Another one is the unlimited postcards. You can send 4x6 postcards where you pay postage only. And you get 50 free 5x7 greeting cards every month. And then after that, your greeting cards are only 50 cents a month, 50 cents a piece for a 5x7 greeting cards. So I'm going to ask anyone who would like to unmute yourself and ask any questions you have.
Hey, Jim, I got a quick question. When putting stuff into my address book, I've been putting, it might be Tom and Jane Smith, but then I've noticed sometimes, I'm not sure the names, I put Mr. and Mrs., but won't that screw up if I buy a mailing list and, put first name only? How's that going to work? Or it's not going to?
No, I all the mailing lists that I've seen, when you buy a mailing list, it has their names. It doesn't have Mr. or Mrs. Now,
Okay.
individually inputting people, you can input Mr. or Mrs., but when you buy a mailing list, it comes with names.
Oh, great. I didn't think of that. Good. All right.
Right.
Good deal.
No problem. One other thing I want to clarify, and I did clarify it with the company this morning, because I hear a lot of people saying that with this mailing out these 4x6 postcards, that they are not going out first class. They're going out bulk rate. They're not. They are going out first class. They're going out first class pre-sorted, but it is still first class. And I have mailed a couple of them to myself, and you can see right there, it's first class. So I don't want anybody to think that these unlimited postcards are going out bulk rate. Like third class, they're not. They're going out first class. That's a little misconception that's kind of going around. Anybody else have any other questions? Nope. Okay, if not, like I say, guys, if you're not currently using MailboxPower, contact the person that sent you to this presentation or sent you this video. I will make a YouTube video out of this. And go to MailboxPower, use their invitation code and join. You're not committed once you join this. If you join this and you don't like it, you can quit at any time. You're not signed up for 6 months or a year. But if you use this product, I can tell you it will be the best thing you've ever done. Feel free to contact me anytime with any questions. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. You guys have a great day.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. Great job.